Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you've ever sat there watching your computer absolutely freeze up because your meticulously crafted, massive spreadsheet just hit a wall, yeah, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're diving into a huge transformation happening right now in the finance world. We're talking about the journey from traditional accounting straight into the high-growth, super exciting field of financial data analytics.
Okay, let's dive into this. What happens when you combine traditional accounting with the power of AI and Python? Imagine taking your deep domain knowledge of finance, your absolute mastery of cash flows and balance sheets, and giving it a massive tech upgrade. We're talking about swapping out that tedious manual bookkeeping for the sheer automated power of AI, Python, and dynamic dashboards. The result? You become literally indispensable to any team.
Here's our quick roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at the modern financial data analyst role. Then the AI and data advantage, mastering your technical toolkit, making that accounting to analytics pivot, building your professional portfolio, and we'll wrap it the whole shebang up with the 12-month transition roadmap. All right, Section 1, the modern financial data analyst.
So, what exactly is a financial data analyst? Essentially, it's a professional who collects, analyzes, and interprets financial data to improve profits, develop growth strategies, and make smarter investment decisions. You're no longer just playing the role of a historian, constantly looking backward just to close the books. Instead, you become the navigator. You're looking forward and actively driving business strategy. It's a real game changer.
And this brilliantly illustrates where you fit in. Because, let's be honest, job titles in tech and finance can get super confusing. Think of it like this. Data scientists, well, they build the plumbing, the infrastructure, and the data pipelines. Traditional financial analysts, they're mostly managing money and client investments. But the financial data analyst, you live right in the sweet spot. You're the one interpreting the data and building the dashboards, using the scientists' infrastructure to uncover the exact trends that decision makers desperately need.
Moving right along, Section 2, the AI and data advantage.
Now think about this number, 21%. This is absolutely staggering. The projected job growth for analytics roles through 2034 is 21%. Now contrast that with traditional accounting, which is just kind of sitting there at a sluggish 5%. The market is practically screaming for professionals who can interpret these massive data sets.
And as you'd probably guess, that demand translates directly into your bank account. The old way, relying solely on standalone spreadsheets and routine bookkeeping, nets a median salary of around $81,000. But the new way? Upgrading your skills to include Python, SQL, and predictive insights, that bumps the median up to over $91,000. Plus, top analysts are easily clearing six figures. It is a massive premium just for upskilling.
But beyond just the salary bump, the whole nature of financial planning and analysis is shifting. How exactly is AI transforming FP&A? Well, we're seeing the automated consolidation of systems, AI-driven analysis, machine learning forecasting, and a dramatic reduction in manual errors, not to mention real-time model integration. With Gartner predicting that 90% of finance teams will be using AI tools by 2025, you simply have to adapt to these cloud-connected systems. If you don't, you really risk being left behind.
Okay, let's get into the how. Section 3, mastering your technical toolkit.
There are 4 core pillars to mastering this new toolkit. First up, advanced Excel. Don't abandon it, just advance it. Master functions like SUMIFs, XMPV, and data tables. Step 2, learn SQL for database querying. This is the absolute heart of extracting massive data that would literally make Excel crash and burn. Third, learn Python or R for automating complex analysis. This takes you way beyond spreadsheet formulas. And finally, step 4, master a data visualization tool like Tableau or Power BI to make all those insights look, well, beautiful and incredibly easy to digest.
Which brings us to Section 4, the accounting to analytics pivot. Now, what's really interesting here is how perfectly your existing superpowers map directly over to analytics. If you're an accountant feeling overwhelmed right now, honestly, don't be. Your advanced Excel skills seamlessly translate into data manipulation and pivot tables. That meticulous attention to detail you have, that is exactly what's needed for rigorous data cleaning and error validation. Plus, your deep business and finance knowledge gives you a massive unique edge in framing analysis and contextualizing ROI, something a lot of pure computer science grads completely lack. And your experience reporting to stakeholders, that turns right into data storytelling and dashboard creation.
All right, Section 5, building your professional portfolio. When you're transitioning, proving your new skills without official experience is absolutely crucial. Your portfolio must be incredibly practical. Since SQL databases are at the heart of extracting and joining modern financial data, real-world projects in your portfolio need to showcase exactly that. For instance, show how you extract and combine revenue and cost data into one cohesive, single version of the truth. Hiring managers absolutely love this because it literally stops those boardroom arguments over whose numbers are actually right. I actually love this insider advice from Ali Ahmad's analytics guide. He says, create something practical and focused, a structured finance data set, a clean, consistent foundation that combines revenue and cost data. That really hits the nail on the head. Don't just show off random bits of code. Build analytics that would actually help a CFO make a faster, much more confident decision. That right there, that's the gold standard. Alongside your projects, you'll want some high-value certifications. These are fantastic, tangible ways to signal your readiness to employers. We're talking about the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate, the Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Associate, that's the PL300, and the IBM Data Analyst Certificate. And if you really want to push into the upper echelons of deep quantitative and market insights, earning your CFA, your Chartered Financial Analyst designation, is an absolute powerhouse differentiator.
Finally, Section 6, your 12-month transition roadmap.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a totally actionable timeline. By chunking this rather intimidating journey into 4 structured phases, it becomes completely achievable. Months 1 through 3 are all about the foundation, self-assessment, advancing your Excel, and starting SQL. Months 4 through 6 focus on skills, diving into Python, statistics, and nabbing those certifications. Months 7 through 9 are for your portfolio, building out major capstone projects, and maybe doing some volunteering. And finally, months 10 through 12 are your market entry, tailoring that resume, networking, and nailing those interviews. So what does this all mean for you? The demand is incredibly high, the path is clearly mapped out, and your accounting background is honestly the perfect launchpad. So I'll leave you with this final question. Are you ready to turn your financial past into a data-driven future? A year from now, will you still be manually reporting on the past, or will you be the data-driven analyst architecting the future? Take that first step. Open a tutorial, write your very first SQL query, and start modernizing your career today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.